Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about the Sea to Summit Comfort Light SI, which means self-inflating. It is a great choice for those looking for a more comfortable night's sleep than you normally get with a traditional style inflating sleeping pad. If you're new to the channel, my name's Roxy and I'm part of the Adventure Junkies team. We help people like you choose the right gear to get outdoors. If you want to learn more, go ahead and visit the Adventure Junkies website at www.theadventurejunkies.com. Now for what you really came for, the Sea to Summit Comfort Light SI. Alright, let's go ahead and unpack this thing and see what we've got in the package. Alright, so this is just a cover with a bunch of the info on it. And then check this out here, we have like a cinching system. So once you get it back in there, you can sort of cinch this a little further together to keep it a little smaller. These self-inflating pads tend to not pack up very well, so that'll be something to look for when we put it back into its case. This will probably be the smallest this sleeping pad will ever be in its entire life. So it looks like there are two dongles here. One to pull this cinch system closed. You can cinch it pretty well here. And then one to keep the top portion closed. So I will open both of those, and there is a knot to divide the two. So open this and open the cinch system. It also has tie down points, so you could use a carabiner to strap that to your backpack or hang it up if it gets wet, something like that. So those are useful to have as well. Right on top we have a repair kit. Looks like we have 3 patches and some silicone adhesive in there, and then instructions on how to repair. And then we have the sleeping mat. So it also comes with its pillow lock system, the Sea to Summit pillow lock system. So if you have a pillow from Sea to Summit and you put these on, they're like stickies. You just pull off the back and place them, and there's actually little dotted outlines to show you where they're supposed to go. And that you put your pillow right on the sleeping pad, and then it doesn't move around while you're sleeping. I am a fan of these in really warm weather when I don't care about my sleeping bag being up around. Usually I'll tuck my pillow into my sleeping bag, so it's another layer between me and so it'd be me, pillow, sleeping bag, sleeping pad, ground. And it's nice because if I'm rolling around, the pillow will sort of move with me. But if it's warm and I don't have the sleeping bag around, or I'm just using a blanket or something, this is a really nice system to keep the pillow in place on top of the sleeping pad. And then a little brochure. Alright, so pulling this out. So just right away I'm seeing a single fold in the center to roll it back up, which makes it a little easier with these self-inflating pads. When you have a tri-fold, it's harder to keep those folds in as you roll. So you're like rolling, trying to stop rolling, but just one single fold is going to make it easier. All right, and now I'm going to open this over here. This valve is a 2-section valve. The top one is for inflating, and then you can open it all the way to deflate and push air out. So I'm going to leave it on the inflating. The thing with these self-inflating pads is it's a little bit of a trick because they don't do much self-inflating. I can actually hear the foam releasing in this one. I opened it up all the way to deflate, the deflate option here, just to get as much air into it as possible. Also, you have to give them a little bit of a pass because the first time inflating these self-inflating mats, the foam is just so used to being compressed for so long while in the store or shipping or whatever that it takes a long time for the foam to expand into its shape. So I can hear it still doing its thing, but I am going to just inflate it myself right now. So I've only taken the top one off. I'm going to inflate. The nice thing with this 2-valve system is as I inflate, no air is coming out. I can sort of hear the foam attempting to inflate itself, but all right, we are fully inflated. And just like other Sea to Summit mats, it has this little nodule on the inside where you can let a little bit of air at a time for comfort if you perhaps want a less stiff sleeping pad. That being said, in order to maintain the R value, you want this fully inflated. So this is the regular size of the Sea to Summit Comfort Light SI, and it retails for $129 US and is imported from Taiwan. It weighs in at 22.9 ounces, which is 650 grams, and is 2 inches thick. I have 2 inches lifted off the ground, which is 5 centimeters. And the R value is 3.1. So R value is a measurement of warmth on a scale of 0 to 6 plus. You can go past 6, 0 being you just laying straight on the ground, 6 plus being a super warm pad that you could sleep on snow with. When you lay directly on the ground seeps the warmth from you. It sort of pulls warmth out of your body, and that's how you get super cold. So having some amount of air and foam between you and the ground helps stop that warmth, and also the pad will reflect warmth back up at you. So an R rating of 3.1 I would consider definitely in the summer. You're going to be really safe using this in the summer. And I would say mid-spring to mid-fall. So a solid 3-season sleeping pad. You could also use a closed cell foam pad to put under this pad to boost its R rating, its R value, and that would really make for a nice, warm, and comfortable sleeping pad. So the packaging on this right here claims all-season comfort. I'm not sure I would use this in the winter months. With the R value of 3.1, you are probably going to be cold near or around snow. So all-season comfort is a little bit of a stretch. I would say 3-season comfort for sure with a sleeping pad like this. So the Comfort Light SI comes in 2 different sizes as well as women's specific sizes. There is the regular size, which is this one right here, as well as the long version. And then there is also women's regular and long. This regular pad right here is 72 inches wide, which is 183 centimeters, and at its widest is 20 inches wide, which is 51 centimeters. And then it does have a slight mummy over here by the feet. It's not really an aggressive mummy, but there is clearly a shoulder side and a foot side, and this is to save space and weight. When you're in a tent that sort of comes to a smaller portion on the foot side, it's nice to have sleeping pads that follow that shape, and you can fit them nicely next to each other. The Comfort Light SI's outer layer is made up of a lightweight 30D polyester, which feels really, really soft to the touch. Sort of like a soft t-shirt, or I don't know, it has a much better feel than a lot of sleeping mats where they just feel crinkly and like I would never want to sleep on it without something between me and the mat. But if I were in the backcountry, I would gladly sleep on this without something between the polyester and my skin. It's a really nice feel. And it doesn't feel like it's gonna like make you sweat, that kind of material that is like sticky. One of the reasons people tend to prefer self-inflating pads is, one, you're not blowing them up aggressively as you get to camp, but also they tend to be a little more durable, so you don't have to worry about them popping as often. So to help keep you warm, Sea to Summit uses their Delta Core technology. So the inside of this is actually closed cell foam, and the Delta Core, it has large horizontal triangles which help reduce the weight of the sleeping pad while maintaining comfort and warmth. And you can see it sort of has this like squiggly shape. So that also helps to trap warmth in between these to to keep you keep warm air between you and the sleeping pad and the ground. So it also has these little triangles on both sides here, and then on the other side as well. And these little, they're kind of rubbery, sticky guys, help you to stick to the ground as well as your sleeping bag to stick to the mat. And then, of course, the pillow lock system up here. So this will keep your pillow in place. So really, it's going to be a nice, secure sleeping system all around. Even if you are on a slight hill, you will sort of get these grippy triangles to help you stay in place. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit the like button so more people like you can find it. I am 5'6" and laying on this pad. I fit really well. I would definitely recommend this for probably up to like 5'8" maybe, and then I would suggest getting long after this. So just laying on it is not very noisy. It's really comfy on the side. I'm not getting any hot spots at my shoulders or my hips. And it also feels pretty stable near the edges as you move from side to side. Not much slipping going on. If you're on a decent incline, it might be a different story. All right, so now let's deflate this thing, which is like the big what if on these self-inflating mats. They can be very hard to get back into the packaging, back into its stuff sack. So I'm gonna pull both of these layers. This first one is the inflate layer, and then here goes the second one. And then I'm just gonna do an initial sort of hold and push so everything sort of gets some of the air out individually. So this sleeping pad doesn't have a nozzle system where it'll keep the air you've pushed out still out, so I do suspect it's going to be a little harder to pack up. Yep, so it's definitely a little bit of a battle to get this thing back in its original form. You're sort of pushing air out and fighting against the foam. Now, if you have one of these pads, you want to store it open. You want to store it under a couch, behind some furniture, behind a bookcase maybe, because the foam, when it's compressed like this, it takes a long time to reinflate itself. So you want to store it open, and then right before your camp trip, pack it in to this bag. So I'm not even sure I'm able to get this back in the bag. Once again, we do have this system to help notch it down. But, yep, it's gonna be a battle. So if this is one of your pet peeves, packing up a sleeping pad, these self-inflating mattresses are probably not a good choice. Jeez. And now there's like air trapped in the bottom. These things are just a hassle to get back in. To like take a break and come back to it. So if you're in the backcountry and you had to do this like every single morning for many mornings in a row, I feel like I would just like throw this in a lake before packing it up. Okay, we're almost there. Okay. So once again, the two dongles, one dongle goes to the side, and the other one is just like not even doing much. And it's obvious I still have more room to push down in there. Oh, we did it. Okay, so let's recap on this Comfort Light SI from Sea to Summit. It retails for $129 US. It is 22.9 ounces, which is 650 grams, and it is 2 inches thick or 5 centimeters thick. Has an R value of 3.1, and it measures 72 inches, which is 183 centimeters, by 20 inches or 51 centimeters wide at its widest point. So it does taper a little bit by the feet. The downsides of this pad is that it still requires you to inflate it with your mouth, even though it claims it's self-inflating. But I found that that's a downside to almost all self-inflating pads. They really only inflate so much, and then you do have to finish it off blowing it up yourself. The other downside is it's really hard to get back in the bag. Which is like such a struggle when you're just trying to leave camp and you're like, oh, rolling everything up and it's fighting. And so those are definitely two downsides to this pad. What I really like about this pad is how comfortable it is. So it's really great for side sleepers. It's not that noisy. The polyester that they use on top of the pad is really comfy. I would just sleep on it straight. I wouldn't even need a blanket, which is usually something I like have to have something between me and the sleeping pad. So that is a huge bonus. And yeah, it's great for side sleepers. It's comfortable. It is stable when you move to the edges, and it has these non-sticks on both sides, so you're going to be really stable sleeping area. So this is a great pad for anyone who wants to be super comfortable in the backcountry, especially if you're car camping or just doing a few nights in the backcountry. This would be a really nice compromise pad if you only want to purchase one pad for both car camping and backcountry camping. It's like a little heavy and bulky for backcountry camping, and then a little like you can like have more space and more weight when you're car camping, but it's still very comfortable. So it sort of falls into both categories, and you could use it as your one all-around pad if you only want to buy one. Overall, a really great self-inflating pad. Happy hiking. Hey everyone, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have ever wasted money on gear in the past or just don't know what gear to buy, I really want to recommend this book. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Hiking Gear, and it has breakdowns and explanations of all the gear you'll need to get safely outside. It's organized into gender, size, weight, what type of hike you'll need it for, and it's really helpful for any beginner out there, or even someone who's more advanced but wants more suggestions on how to enjoy your time outside. You can buy it at Amazon, and it's available in both paperback and Kindle. Go ahead and click the link below in the description and check it out. So the packaging, oof, there we are, bright again. Jesus. Oh, I'm getting in the sun.